Hi all, welcome back. This is Abhinav Johari from QA Guides. Okay, if you have any inquiry related to software testing, if you want your work to be done, you can contact us on 919414054312. Okay, so let's start with our next topic, that is Maven. We will be covering with today hybrid framework. Maven is the part of hybrid framework, that's why it came to my mouth. So, what is our objective before starting this? So, we will be creating a Maven project. I have already told you, but we will come to this again. Then we need to implement multiple test cases. Fine, we might be running parallelly, we might be running serially. Okay. Next, we need to generate test report for every test case. We need to take the screenshots and logs. We need to read the data from Excel file and property file. Okay, we need to optionally run the test cases. There could be a chance that we want to run optionally, that only this test case should run. Okay, and there could be a case that multiple time execution means one test case need to be executed with different sets of value. So these are some of our objectives. Let's see what are other objectives. Next, all the test cases should be able to run on all the browsers. Okay, next, there should be reusability of code. Okay, we should not repeat the same code again and again. Code should be reusable. Next, it should be easy to change. Means, say something changes in your framework tomorrow, then you should come easily and make the changes. See, changes should not affect anything else. Fine. So it should be so flexible. Okay, we need to implement grid also in it. Why? It is very important that we should be able to run all the test cases parallelly. Okay, see, so we have to design the framework in such a manner, in such a nice manner, that we are able to run it parallelly. Okay, we are able to implement grid easily. Fine. After that, we need to integrate it with Jenkins. Okay, I will let you know how we do it, and at the end we need to email the reports. How many test cases have passed, how many test cases have failed. All these information will go in the reports. So let's start with it. First and foremost thing is that we need to build the Maven project. Okay, let's start. In my previous videos, I have explained what the Maven is. Okay, just a brief introduction I want to give. Suppose I have a team. Okay, say I have 4 people team, and all are working on the same project. See, now we have 5 different users. Okay, 5 different testers doing automation work. Now this tester is automating tests, 10 test cases, this 20, this 30, this 40, and this 50. This tester has Selenium 3.1. He has 4.1. Okay, he has latest. All are having different versions of Seleniums. Fine. So we need to ensure that each and every tester is using same set of jar files. So to do this, we have concept of Maven. And see, in Maven we have a jar file known as pom.xml. And pom.xml contains the detailed information about all the dependencies. See, this is one of my pom.xml. Let me open it. Now you can see there are multiple dependencies. This is TestNG dependency. This is JUnit dependency, Selenium dependencies, Cucumber dependencies. So now what will happen? We will be copying this form to all the users. So now these all the users will have the same version of everything. Okay, see, if you go to seleniumhq.org website, in the download section, okay, you will have Maven information for Selenium. Okay, there you can get the dependencies. Okay, even from MVN Maven repository you can get the dependencies. Got my point? This pom.xml will be given to all the team members. One more thing, on internet you can see a lot of Maven repositories. Okay, and these Maven repository will have jars, and all these team members will be connecting with this Maven repository which are having multiple jars. Now all are having pom.xml. Now all are having pom.xml. They are connected with Maven repository, and how they are connecting? They are connected with the help of tool known as Maven. Okay, so got the things. All will have pom.xml, and Maven repository will have all the jars. They will see the pom.xml what are all the versions of jars required, and they will download it. So this is what actually Maven does, and how it does, let us see. So launch the command prompt. See, I am thinking that all your machines are already having Maven in it. You have to download the Maven. See, I have shown in my videos also. You have to download the Maven. Fine, and you have to make the properties settings. Okay, settings in on my computer. Okay, see module 16 which I have created. I have a video for it also, and I have explained how to download and configure Maven. Getting the things? So go to your command prompt and write mvn. Fine. And see, you will get a message known as build failure. If you get this message, build failure means Maven is correctly configured. Now go to the path where you want to actually create a Maven project. So I am going to my these directly path, only modules path. Okay, I am going to Java. So the first command to generate a Maven project is mvn archtype generate generate and press enter. Okay. In Eclipse also you can generate from command prompt, but I have a habit of generating through command prompt. See, it is started generating. See, it is asking for a number. Give the same number or press enter. Choose a number. I am choosing the last number as 8. Okay, enter. It is asking for group ID now. And what is group ID? It is the package name. Group ID is the package name. So I am using it com.qa. I am putting its name as com.qagats dot hybrid. So this is my project name. Now our project is, see, we have already covered following projects till 31. I have created. I am creating module 32. I will create a new project with the name module 32 underscore hybrid. Okay, and 2020. Fine, let's enter. It is asking for the version. Keep it like that. Enter, enter, yes, enter. Now you can see we have a build success message. Okay, now go to your path. So here you can see the path, and our module 32 underscore hybrid underscore 2020 project has been created. Now under this you can see there is a pom.xml file is there. If you open your pom.xml, you can see we only have one dependency, and that is of JUnit. So now we need to make it dependent on multiple jars. Let's work on it. Now what I am doing, I am taking dependencies from the existing dependency file. Okay, if you want you can take from me. Okay, see I have taken all these dependencies. I may have to add more dependencies also. As per the requirement I will do it. And I am putting, I am removing this dependency and putting that dependency and saving it. Okay, fine. I have updated the dependencies here. Now go to your existing project, that is cd module. What was it? Just a second. Hybrid. Copy it. Okay. I have gone to the inside the now inside the project. Basically, our pom.xml is present, and that pom.xml has all the versions of our jars. Okay. So now put the command mvn compile and press enter. Now this command will read our pom.xml and it will download all the jars which are required. See, in your case, lot of downloading will happen if you are doing this first time. Okay, in my PC, I have already done multiple Maven projects, so all these jar are already present. So it didn't download it and it showed me build success. Now what we have to do, we have to convert this project into a Eclipse project so that we can the, use this project in our Eclipse. So for that command is mvn eclipse colon eclipse and press enter. So it is built successful. Now this project has been converted and we can use it in our Eclipse. Now go to your hybrid. Now you can see previously we were only having POM and SRC. Now you can see target class and project files are also target folder, project and class path and project files are also available in it. Okay. Now let's import this project to our Eclipse file. Here you can see import. Okay, existing main project. Next, browse and scroll down. You can see module 32. Select folder. Okay, finish. Now you can see it is importing Maven project. Let it import. Now see project is imported. Go here. Okay, in this QA guides I will delete this app test.java. Okay, and in this also you will see I have test.java. Delete it. Okay, we will not use them, that's why I deleted it. So in these two folders, what are its use? See, the test folder will hold all the test cases, and this main Java will hold all the Java code. See, now we have reference libraries. You can see all the jars are automatically configured here. Okay, so we are done with the Maven project. Okay, it has been completed. Now let me write down steps to configure our project framework. Steps to build. So in steps to build a framework, what I will be do, I will create a core framework. Okay, I will create a core framework. Here means that this framework can be integrated with any application. So integrated with any application. So we can integrate this core framework with any of the application. So after building this core framework, what I will do, we will create a framework for an application. So this core framework can be used anywhere. So to make this core framework, first of all, I will be doing my creating my XLS file. Okay, so we need to make these XLS files as suite XLS files suite, and each suite will have multiple test cases. Fine. This is my suite, and here I have created a sheet with the name as test cases. Okay, so I have created test cases, keywords, and data. So I have created three sheets here. So here we have test case IDs, and the test case are login test, test B, test C, test D. Okay, and with them, with each test case, we have a run mode like yes, no, no. I hope you know the run mode. Run mode will tell us whether we have to execute a particular test case or not. And for each test case, we need to maintain the data, and we are keeping this data in this data sheet. Okay, so here I am keeping my data this way. Okay, I am keeping for login test for my first test. Sorry, this is my first test, that is login test. Okay, here you can see it is our first test, login test, and the data I am keeping here. Following are the rows we are having. Okay, and the data run mode, yes, browser should be Mozilla username this, password this, and it should pass. For the second one also we have no run mode, browser Chrome, username U2, password P2, and it should fail. Okay, and say one more data I have, yes, and browser is Edge, it should execute on Edge, username is U3, consider, password is P3, and login should success. Okay, say we have these test cases with us. Fine, so let me save it as suite. We have this as suite. Fine, so here run mode means that, so we will check here whether to run this test case or not. Tomorrow say I have to run only for on Mozilla, I have to run only on Edge, so only those test case I can make it yes, else I can make them no. Fine. Similarly, you can put the data for test B also. We can provide some dummy values. Dummy 1. Okay, its run mode is yes, and it's having following value. We can have value for data for this also. 2, dummy 3, and dummy 4. Okay, this is how I can provide data. Similarly, I can put for test C also. Okay, I can put data for it also. Say I am putting just one line of data. Dummy 5, dummy 6, and dummy 7. Okay, getting the things? Be with me. And I have also created the data for test D. Okay, so structure is going to look like this. Fine. Currently I am going to focus on the simplest test, that is the login test. Let's start automation. So now this keyword sheet, it is the heart of hybrid keyword. Okay, so in this we have a columns like TCID, description, keyword, object and data. Now let me take up an example. Now say what I do. I go to my website rediff.com, it is opening, and I go to login page. Okay, sign in page, and after that I log in. So these are the steps I am taking, and after that I log in. Fine. See here what happens. First of all is the login test, and we are using open browser. So I have given login test, and the keyword is open browser. And in data, Mozilla. Currently I have hard coded this data, but in future we will read this data from the data sheet. Okay, see second test case is I have to again go to login test. It is login test. What it is, let me check the spelling. TEST. Okay, I have to again go to login test, and just a second, I am correcting the spelling. Okay, here I have to navigate. Now where I have to navigate, I have to go to rediff.com. Next, what I have to do, I have to click on this sign in button. Fine, I go here and copy its XPath. You can take out the class also. I am just taking some easy things. Take the XPath. So our object is here this. Okay, and it will be a login test only. Fine, keyword is click. And see here also I have to, this is the object, not the data. Okay, let it save. Okay, it's fine. So click is the keyword for us. Okay, it will help you to click. Now what I have to do, we have to provide username and password. Okay, I am selecting this element. Okay, I can take input type is equal to text also, so I am just taking xbox copy xbox. Fine, and keyword will be type. Okay, because we are typing here. Fine, and after to provide password, login test, again type. Okay, go here. You are getting me? Paste it. Okay, now we need to click, so go to login test. We have to click here. Let's take it out the path. Hopefully you are following me what I am doing. And here we need to provide the data. Say some dummy user, some dummy use password. See what I do, I take out proper XPath for site. See we have name is equal to proceed. So what I can do, input type is equal to submit. We have a type as submit. So let me take it as I have created my own XPath. Name is equal to proceed. Okay. So now it is also looking good. Fine. So these keywords can be used on any application, not on single application, because these event occurs on every application. Okay. See, these are our generic keywords which can be used on any application. And there are some application dependent keywords like I give validate login. So it is a application dependent. These are generic, but this is a application dependent keyword. So this is my first test case. Okay, keywords login test, and we have defined keywords for our login test, and test B will follow it. Okay, and we write one test and after another test. See, our next test case is test B. So test B will follow the login test. So we can give the keywords like open browser here. Okay, navigate. Okay, fine. We can define the keywords here. Fine, you are getting me? So let's first concentrate on our one test case. Okay, that is login test. See, I am going to create a new package here, that is com.qaguides.hybrid.keyword. And next package which I am creating here is hybrid.util. Okay, so I have created new packages here, and one more package I am going to make is, I will let you know about all these packages. Dot driver. Okay, I have created this third package also, and under this test we will be keeping our test cases. Okay, we have created two suites. I haven't done anything in suite B. This is my suite A which I have created. I have to just rename it. I will rename it. I am creating a new package under it, that is suite A. Okay, and I will create a new package known as suite B also. It is coming here. Sorry for that background noise. I was facing, you might not face this issue. I was facing some issue in creating the packages, so I have made this name as hybrid one, but you will not face this issue. So we need to organize our project. Say we need to organize it. As tomorrow you need to find something. If you have a well organized project, you can find it easily, and you can even code easily. So let's start. I am creating a new class. Okay, name as driver script, and this is going to be the heart. Okay, this is going to be the very important part. Oh, I forgot to maintain the public static void main. Please check it also. Public static void main. Okay, string. Fine. So what I will do here, I will actually I will be now starting with my Excel. I will read XLS file and get the keywords from here. So what I will do, read the XLS file and get the keywords from it. Okay, so let's start. See here what we are going to have. We will have our test ng cases here. We will keep our driver script will be as a middle layer, and we will have our keywords here. Okay, so it will be our test ng cases, driver, script, and keywords. And our data will be read from two files. One is XLS file and another one is properties file. Okay,